What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape leads from Reddit by creating a simple automation in make.com. Let's get started. To scrape Reddit leads, I'm going to use this tool called Apify. Apify is an incredible tool that you can use to scrape any website and automate projects. To get 30% off your first purchase of this tool, just click the link down below in the description. Then go ahead and create an account on Apify. And after creating an account on Apify, head over to Apify store. Here, we're going to search for the website that we'd like to scrape. Now, in our case, we'd like to scrape leads from Reddit, and would like with email addresses already available. So I'll search for Reddit email scraper. Click on search. You can see the various tools that you can use to scrape leads with their emails already available in Reddit. Since I would like to scrape bulk emails, I'm going to use this tool. So I'll open it on a new tab. And this is a tool that we're going to use to scrape leads from Reddit. All you have to do here is add a keyword like a graphic designer, add a location right here, platform would be Reddit. Then here you can add custom email domains that we'd like to scrape. So for here, we'd like to scrape only emails with Gmail as the email domain. Now to scrape graphic designers in this location and get their Gmail addresses, I'll click on start right here. So here you can see that our tool is running and it's getting our data. Let's give it a second for it to get our data. So here you can see we successfully scraped graphic designers with their email addresses right here. So here we got their description, the email addresses, keyword was graphic designer, so got their title and the URL over here. And instead of manually having to scrape these leads here, we can create an automation in Make that scrapes the leads for us. In Make, I've created a scenario that I've named to Reddit leads scraper. And here, since we are scraping the leads using Apify, I'm going to click on Apify, and then here I'm going to click on Run in Actor module. Here, you'll need to create a connection between your Apify account and Make by clicking on Add. For the connection type, we're going to choose the one that is recommended. Here, we're going to give it a connection name, and then click on Save. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to Make. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to close this and choose my connection right here. Then I'll choose my tool, and then I'm going to choose our tool right here. Here I'm going to choose to run synchronously, and then here we'll input our JSON. To get our JSON, I'll go back to our tool, click on our tool right here. Then it says manual and JSON, click on JSON. Then here, I'll copy this JSON. Now, before we add our JSON right here, we'll need to format our JSON. So I'm going to format our JSON using this JSON formatter tool. So I'll paste our JSON right here and click on process to format our JSON. Our JSON was formatted, so I'll copy it and then go back to our tool and paste our JSON right here. So here we are scraping graphic designers. We'd like to get their emails to the Gmail domains in this location and this platform. Then here I'm going to click on save. So here I'll rename this to Reddit leads scraper, and then click on save. Now after we scrape our leads using this module, we're going to get our leads using the get dataset item module. So if I search for the get dataset item right here, and here, then here we'll need to add our dataset ID, which will be the default dataset ID right here. Format will be JSON. Then we can increase the limit depending on the number of leads that you're scraping. Then here, I'll click on save. Then I'll rename this to get Reddit leads. And then here I'm going to click on save. Now to scrape our leads using this simple automation, I'll click on run once. You can see that our tool ran successfully. Here we succeeded in scraping graphic designer leads from Reddit. And then we got our leads right here. So we got a total of 11 leads. And on each of our leads, we're getting the keyword, title, description, URL, and the email address for each of our leads that we scraped over here, which is awesome. Scrape our leads right here. We can proceed to add our leads to a Google spreadsheet. So in Google Sheet, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to Reddit leads scraper. And then in this spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to Reddit leads. In this sheet, we're going to add the keyword, email, description, personalized first line, and the URL over here. So to add our leads in this spreadsheet, back to automation and search for Google Sheet. Here I'll click on add a row module. You're going to search for our spreadsheet, then click on our spreadsheet right here. We're going to add them in this sheet called Reddit leads. And then here we're going to add values to our columns in our spreadsheet with the data that we scraped using Apify. So for the keyword, we're going to drag the keyword right here. Email, we're going to drag the email over here. Description, we're going to add the value of the email right here, of the description right here. For the personalized first line, we're going to leave it as empty for now. So after we generate our personalized first line, we're going to update it later on. And the post URL, we're going to drag the URL over here. And then here I'm going to click on save. Then here, I'll rename this to Reddit leads. Then click on save. Now to scrape our leads and add them to a spreadsheet, I'll click on run once. You can see we scraped a total of 14 leads. Here to the success. Scrape graphic designers from this location. Then we got the leads over here. We got a total of 14 leads. It's awesome. So we added to a spreadsheet. My spreadsheet, you can see we added our leads over here. We added the keyword, which was graphic designer, the email address over here, the description. We do not add the personalized first line since we never generated them first. And we also added the URL over here. So now let's go ahead and generate personalized first lines for each of our lead over here. So to generate the personalized first lines, we're going to use AI. So here I'll add another module. You can use any AI tool like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Cloud, or Gemini. I'm going to just use Gemini, and then Gemini I'm going to click on create a completion. Here, the AI model I'm going to choose Gemini 2.5. Here, I'll add an item, choose the role of the model, and add an item right here. Message type I'm going to choose text. And add the prompt for the model role. The prompt could be on the lines of you're an intelligent writing assistant, and I'll add an item. I'm going to choose the user role, an item, message type will be text, and then here we can add the prompt for the user role, which could be on the lines of generate a personalized, intriguing, and captivating first line for a cold email based on the leads description data scraped from Reddit. And here we're going to add the description data, drag it over here. The first line should be engaging, relevant, and complementary, designed to hook the lead into reading further without being pushy or salesy. Then here we're outlining a couple of rules for the AI to follow, where the first rule that we're telling AI is to output only the first line with no explanation or additional text. We're also telling the AI do not include suggestions or placeholders like mention a specific property type or service in the output. The output should be a fully written personalized first line based on the description content. And lastly, we are telling the AI do not include quotation marks around the first line. Then here I'm going to click on save. And here I'll rename this to generate personalized first line, and then click on save over here. Now let us run automation again to scrape graphic designer leads from Reddit, add them to a spreadsheet, and generate personalized first lines over here. To do that, I'll click on run once. Automation ran successfully. Here we succeeded in scraping graphic designers from Reddit. We got their data over here, including the email address and the description. We added them to a spreadsheet. Then we also generated personalized first lines for each of our lead. Here, for example, you can see the personalized first line for this lead. Here's another one, very personalized line. I literally slap your logo on my car. Dedication to brand design is incredibly refreshing. It's a very personalized first line. In our spreadsheet, you can see the leads that we added right here. We added 11 more leads to a spreadsheet. So here is the keyword, the email addresses, description. We did not include the personalized first line. So let us add the personalized first line. So to add the personalized first line to a spreadsheet, I'll click on Google Sheet, then click on Update Row module. Here, I'll search for the spreadsheet. Then we're going to search for our sheet name, which is the Reddit leads. With the row number, we're going to drag the row number right here. And then we would like to update the personalized first line column. So I'll drag our personalized first line right here and click on save. Here, we can rename this to generate personalized first lines. Then here, rename this to personalized first lines. Then another thing that we're going to do also is here on this module, you can see we're hard coding our keywords right here. Now, instead of hard coding our keyword in our spreadsheet, we can create another sheet. We're going to add the keywords in the location over here. So here we can add the keyword is graphic designer, photographer, and accountant in this location over here. So now instead of hard coding our keyword and location, we are grabbing the keyword and the location from our spreadsheet. So to get our keyword and location on Google Sheet, I'll click on Watch New Row module, then drag it right here. We're going to use it as a trigger, connect it right here. And then here, I'll find our spreadsheet, click on our spreadsheet, sheet name this time around will be keywords. Then I'll limit it to 1. and click on save. Here, we're going to choose where to start. You can start from a specific ID, all, or choose manually. You can choose manually. For example, you can say graphic designers in this location. Click on save. Then I'll run this module, and you can see we're getting the keyword and the location right here in this module. Now, here, instead of hard coding the keyword, we're going to grab the keyword from our spreadsheet right here. And also, we can do the same with the location. Grab the location from our spreadsheet, then click on save spreadsheet. You can delete these leads that we scraped right here. Delete them, so we can add new leads over here with the personalized first lines. So back to our automation here. I'm going to choose where to start, choose manually. We're going to choose to scrape graphic designers in the US. Click on save. Now, to scrape the leads, get the leads, add them to a spreadsheet, generate the personalized first line, and add the personalized first line to a spreadsheet, I'll click on run once. You can see that automation ran successfully right here. Got our keyword in our location, and here we succeeded in scraping the leads with the keyword and this location from Reddit. Then we got the leads right here. We got a total of 12 leads that we added to a spreadsheet. Then we generated 12 personalized first line for each of the lead. Right here, you can see personalized first lines that we generated using Gemini. Right here, so these personalized first lines on the lines of exploring your art station. I was generally captivated by your graphic design portfolio. That is amazing. And then we added the personalized first line to a spreadsheet. Here you can rename this module to keywords. And then click on save here. Now, when I open our spreadsheet, you can see the leads that we added right here. We added the keyword, email address, the description, personalized first line for each of the leads that we scraped from Reddit. So we can see the personalized first line for each of the lead. For example, this is a very personalized first line. She's on the lines of Trina. After seeing your incredible work on Behance and Instagram, I definitely fall into the like my work category. It's amazing. This is another one that is very personalized. It's on the lines of Noah. Your passion for graphic design and your clear ambition to submit your work online truly resonated with me. It's a very personalized first line. And besides that, in the personalized first line, we also added the post URL over here using this simple automation that we created right here in Make. One last thing that we can do right here is we can try and add a sleep module. So on tools, we can add a sleep module between these Google Sheets module and the Gemini module to avoid overwhelming Gemini. So here, I'll search for the sleep module, add it in between right here, and auto align it. We can delay for, let's say, 2 seconds. And then here, I'll rename this to wait 2 seconds. Let us test our automation one more time. So here, I'll choose where to start, choose manually. This time I'm going to choose photographers as our keyword, and then I'll to scrape photographers, get them over here, add them to a spreadsheet, then generate personalized first line for each of our photographers, and add the first lines to a spreadsheet. I'm going to run our automation again. And successfully, we used the photographers as our keyword, and we went ahead and scraped photographers from Reddit. Here we got the information. Here we got a total of 18 photographers, and we added them to a spreadsheet. We'll then generate a personalized first lines for each of our photographers over here. For example, one of the first lines on the lines of a unique underground lab and dedication to keeping film alive are truly inspiring. Very personalized. And we added the personalized first line to a spreadsheet. Now, when I open my spreadsheet, you can see that we added the photographer leads in our spreadsheet. So this is the keyword. Here's the email addresses, description, the personalized first line for each of the leads. Then we also added the Reddit URL here using the simple automation that we created right here in Make. Now, one last thing that we can do here, since we're getting the email addresses and the personalized first line, we can proceed to add these leads to a cold email outreach tool. For example, we can choose to add them to like a tool like instantly, or Lemlist, where you're going to add them to a campaign that you'll have created in Lemlist or instantly. Or you can use this other tool called Lemlist. So in Lemlist, you'll have created a campaign, and then here now you can add these leads that we scraped over here with the email addresses and the personalized first line to the campaign in Lemlist to send them outreach emails. Now, if you need a walkthrough on how you can add the leads to a sending tool like Lemlist, here you can watch one of the videos that I've created in the channel. This video called How to Scrape Thousands of Local Business Leads for Free on Autopilot. If you open this video, you can go ahead and see how to create a campaign in Lemlist and add the leads that we just scraped right here to Lemlist, so you can start sending them outreach emails. So if you need help with how to add the leads to a campaign in Lemlist, you can go ahead and watch this video on how to scrape thousands of local business leads for free on Autopilot. You can see here, I'll walk you through how to write outreach emails with a sweet offer, add the personalized first lines to the campaign and the email addresses, and send them outreach emails. So refer to this video if you're interested in that part over here. Try testing our workflow one last time. So here, I'll choose where to start, choose manually, choose a different keyword. This time I'm going to choose accountant, then click on save, and run automation one last time to scrape the leads from Reddit. You can see that our workflow ran successfully. Here we use the keyword accountant. So here we scraped accountants from Reddit, and we succeeded in scraping them over here using our tool in Apify, and then we got their data over here. So we scraped a total of 19 accountants. Then we added them to a spreadsheet. We then generated personalized first lines for each of our accountants over here. You can see the personalized first line for each of our accountants. These are very personalized first lines, like this one over here, which is on the lines of John. Your truly distinctive email address hints at the fascinating perspective on digital security. Very personalized. Then we add in the personalized first lines to a spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that we are adding our leads over here. So here you can see the leads that we scraped. Here you can see the keyword of the accountants, the email address, their description, and their personalized first lines that we generated using automation. We also added their Reddit URL over here. And the simple automation that we created right here in Make. Now, if you have an automation or a system in mind that you'd like for me to create using Make.com, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire automation or system from scratch using Make.com. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.